Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. Here are my favorite tweets that I've written about work. Thinking or meeting while walking boosts brain power. Sometimes a problem has both a rational and an irrational component. It may help to try to solve them separately. Our having replaced the brief "no and here's why" rejection letter with no response both dispirits and deprives society of feedback. Talking too much is a career killer. Keep utterances to less than 45 seconds and, in dialogue, speak a bit less than 50% of the time. A desire to give back needn't imply helping the neediest. It could mean helping those with the most potential to benefit. Those who charge a fortune are rarely worth it. Many of the best charge moderately and are quiet, not big self-promoters. In refining an idea, it helps to describe it to people. The idea iterates each time. Most people learn too little at conferences to justify going. The payoff is in relationships you build, if you're good at networking. Many people don't burn out from long work weeks. They burn out from doing work they're bad at or from working with the wrong people. Successful people compartmentalize. When working, they try hard to not let personal worries intrude. If your self-esteem is low, perhaps focus on finding work you can succeed at. Real self-esteem comes from accomplishment. I wonder how true it is that people feel empty if they have a soulless but remunerative occupation such as bond trader. A resume is usually too filled with chemistry-inhibiting cliches. Instead, write and in interviews tell the resume that would reveal your true story and self. There is cost and benefit each time you criticize or suggest. Only sometimes is it worth that price. Make the choice consciously. Key to being liked: while retaining integrity, do more agreeing, amplifying, empathizing. Do less arguing, less one-upping, and less yes-butting. It's easy to be liked. Listen more than talk. Praise often and disagree rarely. The question is it worth the loss of integrity? Deifying "do what you love" demeans the millions of people who do unlovable work. Indeed, those people may be more worthy of respect. Do what you love and the money rarely follows. Instead, get good at something marketable. Then you will probably love it, or at least like it, and then the money will more likely follow. If there were a motto on the San Francisco, Marin, or Berkeley flag, it might be, "Do what you love, and who cares if the money follows? My parents will support me." I lament the large and increasing emphasis on networking. It leads to hiring based on connections rather than competence. Success mainly reduces to just 4 words: intelligence, discipline, luck, and alas, networking. With the oversupply of job applicants, sadly, unless you're a star, it really is schmooze or lose. It's hard to change people's work style, aggressive versus passive, hardworking versus moderate, so it may be wise to praise their status quo. It's politically correct to imply that effort trumps ability, often not. If your communication tends to be unclear, pretend you're talking to a bright 12-year-old. No matter how brilliant you are, if your style is too intense, many people will dismiss you. In managing, praise when you can, and when you can't, try invoking guilt. For example, "I know you're better than this." When writing an employment ad, list not all the skills required, but the key difficult work that the employee will be doing. Today, teamwork is deified, but don't forget individualism's pluses: more motivation, bolder and less compromised solutions, and speed. Successful, productive people fuel themselves with their work and accomplishment. Unsuccessful people are more likely to do so through recreation. I used to think that most people are intrinsically motivated to work hard, but I've learned that many, if not most people, need monitoring. We dun perfectionism. We criticize perfectionism as causing procrastination. Yet many people's perfectionist efforts have yielded the most good and personal satisfaction. The key to a life well led is maximizing your contribution. Happiness, which is less key, is most likely found in simple pleasures. The pendulum from individualism has swung too far. Now everything seems to be the community, when bold individualism, in fact, has yielded great accomplishment. From ancient Greece to today's pulpit, the message is moderation. But is that not a formula for mediocrity? There are always those who denigrate great people. Dream it and you can do it is overbroad advice, even if you add, if you work hard. If possible, slightly underschedule yourself. That gives you the time to make your work higher quality. And finally, become a go-to guy or gal at something. It is excellence and accomplishment that makes you like your job, not so much whether it's in a cool field. I'm Marty Nemko.